Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is episode 2 of the Pacific Divide ride. It's days 3 and 4. If you haven't yet, definitely click this subscribe button. That way you know when we release new videos, as well as click this bell icon. That way you get notified when we do release new videos. As I said, this is day 3 and 4. We go from Chelan, Washington, all the way down to Southern Oregon. Throughout Washington, we come across some ice caves, which was a pretty awesome thing to check out. And then as we go down to the Cascades through Central Oregon, the riding down there is just amazing. The views are epic, and in my opinion, this is like one of my favorite parts of the entire trip that we did. Side note real quick, there is quite a bit of wind noise in some of this footage because it was pretty windy when we were riding. Also just a little bit of user error with the new GoPro 7. I didn't have it set up correctly. Future videos, that problem's been taken care of, but if anybody has an idea on how to get rid of wind noise in Final Cut Pro X, hit me in the comments below. It would be greatly appreciated just to kind of get this problem solved through the next couple episodes. But anyway, that being said, this is a great video, lots of good scenery, and let's check it out. So I found this route through GPSKevin's website. If you've never been to it, check out gpskevin.com. There's awesome self-guided routes on here. Anything from the Great Continental Divide to the Trans-American Trail, and also the Pacific Divide that we did. The Pacific Divide was actually featured in Upshift magazine a couple years ago, so if you are interested in a write-up on that, head over to their website and check it out. But yeah, anything from adventure bikes to dual sports, and these things are very well laid out, so head over there and check it out. The Pacific Divide is laid out into 3 routes. The green route is considered the easy or the highway route. The blue route is the adventure route that has mainly Forest Service road, and the red route is considered the hard route that is full of washouts and stuff that's considered for dual sport bikes. We stuck to mainly the blue route and the red route, but did throw in the occasional green route to change up pace. All right, start of day 3. You can see where my tent was because it poured rain all night last night and none of our clothes got dry. Got everything all loaded up, getting ready to start the day again. Getting a little bit later start than yesterday because, like I said, everything's soaked. But it's supposed to be nice and warm today, dry everything out, and we'll be staying around government camp tonight in Oregon. So crossing into a new state, pretty good. This right here is some of the wind noise I was talking about. It's not near as loud in other clips here, but here at highway speed, it's a little loud.
Those trees are massive, easily the size of my bike, width-wise. Those are gigantic. That's a big tree. You go ahead, I'll follow you. Roads all right here. Oh, fuck, it's right there. Look at that shit. Yep. No way. Hey, do you think we need headlamps? Oh, I don't know.
Whoa, it's so cold in here. When the guys came in June, it was actually ice in here. Oh yeah. So crazy. Of course it's not.
Look at the very back. There's a bunch back in there.
No way. Not the easiest to walk on in Moto boots. Oh, it feels amazing down here. This is cool. I'm glad we came. Dude, all the ice back. I mean, you could probably go back there a long ways.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's thick as shit. So.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that goes back there forever. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, that massive tree just growing right there. So we have about a 45-mile-an-hour crosswind here with gusts up to higher. I don't know how much it was, but if you've ever ridden on a metal grate bridge like this, it is an experience to say the least, and the pucker factor was at like level 10. We're officially in another state. That's right. So we rolled into Government Camp, and Government Camp is a neat little town that's got a couple little ski resorts, and it's not far from Mount Hood as far as their ski resort goes. Lots of stuff to do here. Awesome place in the summertime, as you can see, and it's also home of Mount Hood Brewing, where we stopped for lunch. After getting off the bike and getting some refreshments and some food, it was time to say goodbye to my father-in-law, and we headed south a little ways to find camp for the night.
there's a trail here. I don't know where it goes. Get ourselves in a bind down here. No, we're not. You get your technical work in now. Technical. I can do slow technical for sure. Grow. Try to get over a little bit, see. There it is. Summit Lake, how funny is that? One spot. Yeah, I think this is a winner chicken dinner. Table. This is a winner right here. What do you think? Oh, it keeps going back here too. You want to keep going? Yeah, this is a good one. Day 3's been probably the best in the book so far. We've had a good time, and we just found an awesome camp spot. We have the entire park to ourselves. This is Summit Lake. I don't even know where this is, off of Highway 26, south of Mount Hood-ish. We're probably 30 minutes south of Mount Hood. And we kept kind of bouncing around, seeing people at all these other campgrounds, and there isn't a soul at this one. And this lake is phenomenal. Gonna do some fly fishing. Next morning we got up and broke camp and then started heading south towards Detroit Lake, and on the map this was a gravel Forest Service road, but to our surprise, once we started getting on it, this was actually a really fun single lane paved road. At one point the road split, and oncoming traffic had its own lane, and our direction had its own lane. And I mean, it was just really, really fun, very smooth pavement. It was a really good way to start the morning. This section here is just off Highway 20, just before the pass by Hoodoo in Central Oregon, and I tell you, this is one of my favorite sections of dirt that I kind of like basically cut my teeth on off-road adventure riding. I've ridden this route several times. It just happened to be tied into the route which we were doing, and so it was really refreshing to get back on a familiar road and go explore it again and see how it's changed in the last 10 years. Then Dan decides he would like to say hi to the bushes.
A big fucking rock. Big old rock.
I saw.
Big rock.
You got it all on video.
Yes. Nice. As you can see, this starts to get a little bit sandy. Again, this is one of my favorite sections in Central Oregon. The sand isn't real bad. It's anywhere probably between 2 and 6 inches in the worst cases, but just a real lot of fun. And you'll notice here in a little bit, it'll start to get kind of whooped out. This trail's been opened up to side-by-sides, and they just like to fly on this stuff, so it really whoops it out. But nevertheless, it's still a really fun trail. So much, in fact, that years ago, probably 10 years ago, there were times where Dan and I would get off work late at night, and then we would ride the hour and a half or so towards Central Oregon from where we live, just to go ride this at night. Even one time we rode it in the snow. It was just nuts. But as I said, this is one of my favorite sections, so just enjoy. Sometimes I go too fast and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. The sun gets in my eyes right here, and you're going to see a pretty hard hit in 3, 2, 1. Luckily, there was no damage. That is a real good way to bend a wheel, and luckily with these Woody's wheels, they are super strong, so I didn't have any issues. But yeah, I got lucky. Again, guys, sorry for the wind. This is a real fun section too, because this is where the whoops really start to kind of wear on you if you don't hit them right. So adventure bikes aren't made for whoops, so there really isn't a right way to hit a whoop with an adventure bike. Big whoops. Worse than they used to be. Side by sides are killing me. giant trench with your back tire in the brakes. Freaking gauntlet. Been a bike in here recently. See 2 tracks. I think this is our best view. This is one hell of a view. That's what this route's supposed to be about right here. Come over, baby. Nice work there. Just off a mountain bike track. Oh, baby. So as you can see, that tip of that tree was sticking right at me, and it hit me luckily just below the foot at the base of the foot peg, and I moved the entire tree. But that's pretty much one of my worst fears, is getting impaled by a tree limb, and that almost happened. Luckily it didn't. And yes, I sounded like Santa Claus. Oh, fuck me. That one would have hurt. God damn, it's so dusty all of a sudden. Oh my god, I gotta stop. So after making it to Crescent Lake, we quickly realized there was nowhere to camp. This is a very popular place in the summertime, and all the spots were full. Luckily, Dan and I had been to a place just south of Crescent Lake called Summit Lake. It's maybe 10 miles or so down a four-wheel drive road, and this was actually right along the route, so we decided to go ahead and set up camp there and make our way that way.
Me too. I tried to go to the right, but I couldn't. Holy balls. Oh, there was a go around back there. What's this? Is that a road? Let me go down it real quick. It's a trail. It's a spot. Yeah. We'll have to get creative on finding where to put the tents. I'll sit right up here to your left. There was one important detail we forgot about the last time we stayed here, was that the mosquitoes were pretty much horrendous. And that being said, there's not much camp video from this experience, because we pretty much made dinner and stayed in our tents the rest of the night, which was fine because we were pretty wore out from the day. Hey, it's the morning of day 5. It's a gorgeous morning. I'm getting ready to roll out here. Stayed out on Summit Lake. I don't know if you can see those mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are awful. Other than that, it's been an amazing, amazing evening. I didn't get much video or any documentation yesterday just because we got to camp and just hung out and enjoyed it. But see if I can't get a picture of these mosquitoes here. Yeah, see, they're just everywhere. Can't really see them in the video, but they love me. Yeah. Mosquitoes. Oh, there's another one. All over the place. Check out this view. On the next episode. All right, you ready? That's nuts. That's crazy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and make sure and hit the bell icon. That way you know the next episodes are released. Thanks for watching.